All right, KW Commitment to Excellence. The one thing version is done, and here is how it works. We are keeping this as simple as possible for the agents. When they come on board, they have one thing to complete, and once they complete that, it unlocks the next thing for them to complete, and then so on in the order that they need to do it, so they cannot get overwhelmed. They cannot get lost in all of the tools. There's just so much stuff when somebody comes on board, and it is overwhelming. So this program will completely alleviate that, and also you have the ability to customize it to your own market center and however you want it to run. So the first thing they do is welcome to KW. So that is just a video. They click, they watch it. Once they complete it, they simply hit complete, and then that unlocks their next task. And it also unlocked something up here, and that is your market center checklist. You guys have your own checklist of things that the agent needs to do. So they just simply click on it, and it brings them right to your market center checklist. So you can create anything you want. You put days within, due within 5 days. If it's due within 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Anytime it gets overdue, it'll show up in red like that's an overdue task that they need to complete. So you guys can create any checklist that you guys need to do for your market center. Then they just simply click the home button, and again, they're not dealing with any of the tabs at the bottom anymore. It's all clicking right on the stuff. So the history of KW, they click on that, they watch the video, they understand KW, where they've come from, and there's also graphics and images on there as well that show a timeline in the history of KW. Once they complete that, they'll go on to and learn about the culture of KW. They complete that, it'll unlock, and they'll come to why do we profit share and go over that. Once they complete it, it unlocks the next, why your brand matters. Let's say for some reason I'll go to we'll complete that task. Then the next task is activating eEdge. So they click here, they can watch the video on how it's done, or also read the instructions on how it's done. Once they complete that, they may be activating my transactions. For some reason they can't do that right now, whatever it may be. They can always unlock the next thing by flagging it with a come back to. So now they can come back to it. It flags it in yellow that they need to come back to that. The other thing we can see is that once I activated eEdge, it unlocked the eEdge contacts and my marketing training section. So now I can click on that and go through all of the training on my leads. How does the my leads area work? How does my contacts work? How do I do all the stuff within there? There's training videos on everything. They can mark off as they complete them, and then their completion meter changes. They jump back to the home page, and then they continue down their foundational path. This is basically setting up and building that foundation that they can stand on, so when they go to trainings and they do stuff, they have stuff set up properly, so when they go to actually do the task that they learned about in a training or whatever, they can actually do it because everything's set up properly. So we hit complete, their KW email, what is eEdge? It's going to go through all that, identifying what website they're going to use. It's going to show the differences between each website, what website may fit them. Going to get they're set up to, once they choose their website, we want to make sure that on the public websites that their website that they want is actually displaying, because it always defaults to the eAgency website, and maybe they chose the eEdge website and there's the public is finding their eAgency website. So we're going to make sure that that gets set up properly. We're going to make sure that their IDXs get set up properly. Both eEdge and eAgency for many reasons. Even if they're not using one of them, we still need the IDX set up. For the eAgency website, we need it obviously because of the app, and then also the IDX we need in eEdge because they want to market their listings and create flyers. We need to have the IDX set up in there. So it's going to walk them through everything that they need to do, get their profile to 100%. How do I do that? What fields matter? How can I do that? And then once they complete it, obviously, then they're good to go. Now, the other thing is your market center setup. You get to choose when they unlock my transactions training. So after step number 7, you can choose that. That's all customized right in here. KW Connect. When do we unlock that? You can say unlock everything. I want them to be able to at least see that stuff. Now when I go back to my foundation, they can see all of the tools. So they can go into KW Connect, all of the classes, Agent Mountain, all of those different classes, mark off once they complete them. And then obviously their little completion meter will adjust, and it'll adjust here as well. Ignite, the entire course with all the materials. They've got all their IDs and their passwords up here as well. They've got an economic model. They've got a financial statement that they can go into. The economic model is here, and this will walk them exactly through what they need to do to generate the amount of money that they want within their business. Again, we're just keeping this as simple as possible for the agents. There should really be no excuse as to it was just too much, I was overwhelmed, and I'm frustrated. It's the last thing we want to do when we have somebody come on board, is get frustrated and overwhelmed. We keep it as simple as possible. Just follow this, get your foundation set up. Once they complete all of these tasks and get an understanding of how everything works and flows together, when they start hearing stuff, they're going to be able to implement stuff in their business right away. So that's the whole point of this, and again, trying to make it as simple as possible. You have your own Market Center checklist within here. Everything is just buttons. They just click. They go back to the home page. Buyer, seller, master. Click the home page. Social media, tips on that. The Gmail and tech tips. We're going to be adding more stuff to all of this as well with your guys' feedback. So it is all ready and ready to go. All you have to do is just fill out the form to get it ordered, and I will send it off to your Market Center.